Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. Today we are having episode 20 of Western Roman Empire campaign in Barbarian Invasion, and to be honest we are doing quite well at the moment. So without further ado, let's continue the game here, and I think we have everything pretty much in order. The only question here is, would we be able to take care of... I don't think we can take care of this settlement and this reinforcing army with the general and ballista only, since they are stone walls. So let's end the turn. I guess that ship should go to port. That's a quite large Eastern Roman army, but I think we should try to cause at least some damage to it before withdrawing, because it can follow us after we retreat and we may have to fight it anyway. So if we can cause some damage now and maybe beat it the next time. In any case, the damage caused now will be beneficial for the next battle, that's likely, and of course for the campaign overall. I think our army here is pretty decent. And especially these horse archers, I think, can do quite a bit of damage to the enemy. There are quite a few peasant units, so I think we should try to pass them by. Of course we can cause some casualties to them, but we should focus on their main combat units, so to speak. And taking out those eastern archers is quite important. And then, of course, attacking those comitatenses. The question here is, should we shoot these guys or just run them down? But maybe we will shoot them. Okay, they're breaking. So this guy can hunt them down. Or rather not. Because we are not to actually beat the enemy completely here, but to cause as much damage as possible. And it seems we have provoked some reactions. Some Limitane chasing us. And let's hope some Limitane going down. Maybe a couple of shots here will do wonders. They are not the comitatenses we wanted to shoot at, but they are quite a bit better fighting units than those peasants. Okay, some additional archers there. We are on the wrong side of these Legio Lanciari at the moment. Do it them properly. So maybe we should try to get behind the enemy army once again. Well, at least we have caused some casualties there. Okay, they are breaking. Excellent. I think we can take them down. Okay. Some additional Limitane joining the fray here. Let's take down the peasants here. Or at least make sure that they do not return to the battle. And I think we could take down the archers here. And it's time to withdraw as those Limitane are preparing to throw their javelins. And actually it might be necessary to reorient the troops here. Let's see how these guys are doing. I think a couple of volleys to those peasants. And then a charge should do the trick. So, obviously, these guys are not riding one-trick ponies. Let's try to cause these. Actually, I want to retain some peasants in the enemy army because they will break the easiest, and as they break, they might actually lower the morale of other units as well, and thus make the overall fight a bit easier. I think this actually might be the whole battle winnable, so we just need to play it smart. At least the archers are opening fire here. Comitatenses are drawing to us here. I think I need to focus on the main battle line, so let's put skirmish mode on and see how we do fare. Okay, the enemies are breaking.
The enemy general is running away. This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle, it's beyond belief.
Looking good.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
And let's hope these break, and the battle is ours.
Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
Excellent. And let's actually try to wipe out the whole enemy army here. Okay, a nice victory. Not too many casualties and not too many survivors for the enemy. Okay, Rome has completed Circus Maximus, and so this guy is heading for Karalis. Lenient. So I guess that causes some decrease here. For the income, that is. And then let's check the cities. So Londinium is having plague once again. That's okay. Tarraco having some problems. Then Alexandria, Jerusalem and Sidon. Okay, so let's check these out. We need to monitor Alexandria pretty well. Here there shouldn't be too many problems in Sidon. I think the situation is okay. And then let's send this army here. And I guess we need to wait a bit before starting besieging Petra. And the army here in the north. I think we can advance to Constantinople. And let's hire some mercenaries. And actually the city is pretty lightly defended. So looking good. And the army here approaches Campus Jesuges, and actually they have built some unit producing facilities as there are archers there. So that will make the situation a bit more difficult. And let's see. Could we take Antioch? So the garrisons on the wall are bound to be quite small. I think we will try. Because the fortifications here will be very beneficial for us. I think there will be high quality troop producing facilities. And if this army gets caught out in the open by a full enemy army, I think the situation for us will be somewhat more difficult than it is at the moment. And actually let's leave one Plumpatare unit out and put that Comitatensis there, because they cannot use their missile weapons on the walls practically. And I think we are ready. And the enemy has troops on the walls, so the siege towers are getting nice shots off. And as this is epic stone wall, I guess these siege towers have ballistas on them. So that's pretty nice. Because one shot can take down a couple of enemies here. It's, by the way, interesting that these massive siege towers actually can catch flame, it seems. Let's hope the other one fares a bit better. But this costs the same amount of construction points to build than the smaller ones that are used on the normal stone walls.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. Now there will be hard fighting to break the defenses.
So the comitatenses here will be the next ones to go. And you guys actually should hurry to get in. Excellent, no bug there. And then the comitatenses can enter as well. And actually the tower is taking damage. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. Because the number of troops we are going to have will be quite limited. I actually didn't know that the tower will continue shooting. Let's see if we could get one additional unit in. And it would be quite critical to capture the gateway ASAP. And the tower seems to be able to shoot on the walls here as well. That's interesting as well. So let's hope that the tower will hold, or the siege tower will hold, until that unit is here as well on the walls. It's a pretty close call, but I think the reinforcements we might be able to get will be worth it, worth the risk. And how is it possible that the tower gets a shot off here? I don't get. But then maybe I don't need to. Let's just hope that the enemy spearmen will break soon. And it seems at least some of these guys are getting on the walls. They need to run quite fast. Maybe 100 casualties about to come right now. Yeah. And the spearmen are still fighting. And now the javelin men are joining the fray as well. I think these guys can go this way and capture some of the towers that are here, and maybe even another gateway if capturing this proves to be too problematic. And the enemy militia is putting up quite decent fight actually. Okay, we are starting to emerge on this side of the tower. Which actually isn't wise.
Our soldiers have captured the walls! Now is the time to press on and capture this place!
Let's try to bait the enemy to come this way. Which it seems they are not willing to do. It seems these siege battles are quite difficult. So the question is, should we send these guys to here as well, and maybe the whole army to that direction as well? Maybe we should. And we managed to capture the gateway, and all enemy units are panicking, so job well done here. And you don't need to go there. And it seems some towers are getting shots off here as well. And our route into the city, I guess, will be this. So. And let's capture the gateway here as well. Only 10 enemy men left here. Or maybe a bit more. Okay. So this section here is ours. And let's capture this tower just in case. Okay, and the gateway is ours. And let's send in the remaining infantry, archers, and cavalry as well. So let's hope these are enough to capture the city. Maybe I should build some comitatencies first cohorts to support the unit morale or boost it. And was it so that there are 2 bodyguards? No, only 1. That's good news. I'm not sure I want to have these guys with the rest of the troops, as their morale isn't as good as it could be. So let's give these guys a bit of a rest before we march forward. And I think our tactics here will be to try to bait the enemies to charging against 2 deep formations of Plumbatarii. The cavalry will support, when the battle is actually joined. And let's make sure that there won't be accidents of firing too early. So we are up to against apparently one enemy general and armored camel riders. And once again, let's give these guys a chance to catch their breath before moving forwards. And are they okay? Libinary immortals. So, missile cavalry. So basically, I think we need to advance at least a bit. So that our archers hopefully would be able to fire. Okay, at least one unit can fire. Fire at will. And let's move a bit forward with these guys. And we will see if the archers are able to do something against this heavily armored cavalry. Apparently, the situation here is not ideal. Let's move the Plum Battery a bit forward. And let's see if they are in range to get a couple of shots off. Yes, they are. And is it so that the enemy is changing to melee attack mode? And we don't want to get those camel riders to the battle. So let's wait a bit. And I think we will withdraw a bit with the heavy cavalry. Let the legionaries to chop them down, at least hopefully. Well then, let's not withdraw because it seems not to be so easy. But not good, so we need to withdraw so that the cavalry unit does not break. They still have 28 units or men there. And are they actually shooting at us at the same time as they are fighting the melee here? These Clippinary guys are actually very tough. So I think it's time to fire at will. And hopefully take down as many of those armored camel riders as possible. And those guys got charged in the back. So they are withdrawing, or rather fleeing. Okay, and those 5 guys are actually pursuing us. Let's try to take them down.
The gods who fill the heart of the enemy general with the gods be praised.
Excellent.
The enemy general is dead. His men
So,
know their doom
we
approaches.
might still have a shot. But apparently we need to bring every unit we have available to the battle. And once again, these guys need to rest. And let's see if this missile cavalry could actually run in circles around those camels. So let's try to get to... Actually, I think you guys can go to the walls again. We try to lure the enemy unit that way. So those towers could be of service. And it's time to move. And hope that those camels will pursue. And every enemy unit taken down by this Hippotoxotai is a victory for us. Okay. I think those guys could cover for these to enter the fray. Okay, we have caused some casualties and apparently it's time to fire at will. And let's see how our cavalry will hold. At least the enemies are taking casualties. Let's try to position our archers so that they can actually fire at something. You are not to join the melee there. Okay, one cavalry unit is breaking. And everything is breaking apart. So we have still 5 minutes left. Okay, they are actually charging. A stinging defeat. Unless the archers here can work some wonders. Apparently they cannot, even though they can cause some casualties here. But I doubt that's enough. Yeah, they're breaking. That Hippotoxutai unit clearly is the MVP of the battle here. Okay, they are breaking. And the defeat. Not nice. That was actually quite stingy. So we have... What? Quite an army actually in here. And let's give it another go. And these troops can actually go to be retrained in Sidon. I didn't remember at all that I had those units there. Okay, I think we have a turn. And let's hope that those Burgundy don't beat the Franks too badly. And here... I don't like these Clibinaries, so quite heavy reliance on horsemen. But we should have a bridge defense here. So I think that could work into our favor, especially as the enemy has quite a bit of heavy cavalry. I think our Hippotoxutai here will try to harass the enemy as best of their ability. Then the Plumbatari and archers are going to take care of the bridge, and one unit of Plumbatari will act as reserve.
The enemy have brought up reinforcements in a pathetic attempt to save
Okay, so some of their infantry actually survived. Interesting. So these guys are guarding our backs. And let's bring the captain or general to the bridge as well. And I think this will be the more interesting battle for now. Let's take down the missile units first. And then the heavy cavalry. That's the most difficult unit to face. And they have some mercenary Hippotoxotai, actually some more mercenary Hippotoxotai, but I think we should be able to take care of them. We have so many more archers than they have those missile cavalry units. And beating this army completely would be pretty nice, because then we could capture the city at the same go as defeating that enemy army. Since the Plumbatari are not shooting yet, I think the enemy is not crossing the river just yet. It would be best if we were able to beat this army before the real battle begins at the bridge. Okay, it seems those camel units are giving a chase. Okay, and now the battle begins here. And our backs are against the wall here, or rather the limit of the battle map. And let's see how we are holding together. Oh, I forgot the guard mode. Not good. So let's send these Plumbatari here to block the gap. And they began with armored camel mercenaries. And the battle is joined here, and actually you must fight it. Still 7-6. But let's not get distracted there. So the Clipinary Immortals have joined the battle, and we are breaking. So it seems those first cohorts are beginning to be a must. Could our archers actually deal some damage here? Okay, so apparently the army in the ships wasn't that useful after all. I guess you guys can withdraw. And you as well after a couple of shots. So these arrows are having no effect here. And basically that means that the battle here is over. Time to withdraw.
Your general now lies dead because of his foolishness. His men will lose heart.
And it seems some of the enemy cavalry was just too heavy for our units. We would have needed spears against them. Okay, there is plague in Karalis as well. That's not good. And that also explains a drastic drop in our income. So I guess this guy can go to Carthago Nova. Let's see about Tingi's Imperial Palace. Looking good. And then I think we can disband all the military units here. We will make a new army if we need them to engage those enemy brigands and so on. Purdikala does not need that games that often. And since that brigand army is so close, I think we will keep that one unit there. Then let's see, Karalis. I think we can disband these. Carthage. I think we can disband at least some units here. Lepsis Manga. No need. Syracuse. Okay. So these areas are looking pretty good. And of course these border provinces need to be well manned.
General, attack! Besieging settlement, sir! Settlement under siege, sir! Fleet ready! Fleet ready! Set sail!
And I don't think we need to transfer the mercenaries. Maybe we actually can if we combine some of the units there. And it's time to try to retrain as many of them as possible. And then it's time to siege Petra. And let's keep the general close by, but not with the army. Maybe we could send some additional reinforcements from Philadelphia. And as Tarsus is under siege, I think yearly races and very high tax rate are enough. And Constantinople, we are having only 2 siege towers, so we will wait one more turn before assaulting it. And I think we have a turn here. And the Eastern Romans are attacking us. Maybe we will withdraw So, some peasants, archers, mercenaries, cavalry. Actually the battle here might be quite interesting. So let's try to take care of the initial enemy army first, and then let's engage with the second enemy army. So these guys can go to engage.
In a pathetic attempt to save themselves. The enemy show their true virtue. They are not soldiers,
good.
only frightened rabbits running from our men.
First enemy army down, 1 to go.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to
And
press the attack.
maybe we could actually change our formation here a bit to reflect that at which the enemy is emerging. And it seems the last of the enemy army is still coming. And the battle will begin, I think, pretty soon. I guess the enemy archers are beginning to be in range. Let's see how far our Plumbatari can throw. Pretty far, and I guess the enemy archers are going to take some hit here. I think those enemy horse archers are the most dangerous units here, and of course the bodyguards. But at least the archers are routing. It seems peasants are coming forward to soak up some missiles. And we want to keep our army in formation, at least for now. And it seems the battle must be joined. And these guys can back a bit off. And their shots could be quite useful against enemy generals.
general disgraces all Romans. He runs like an effeminate Greek.
And let's keep our general alive. It seems not to be a problem. And actually some help is needed there. But the main battle clearly is here.
Your opponent is running from the field. It's a tragedy when a true Roman meets his death. The enemy leader has fallen.
So the enemy still has some cavalry units, which we need to engage. And the battle is ours. Excellent.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear and now they flee.
So, at least some battles do end in victory. And I think that's enough.
All Rome will be amazed.
We took quite heavy casualties, but a decent victory nonetheless. Okay, a family member died in Londinium. Fortunately, public order there is decent enough, so it doesn't affect us overly much. And I think these guys will attack pretty soon. Now the question is what to do with the battle here. I think we will gather our forces, take some additional mercenaries. Okay, and now I cannot get rid of that general. And let's retrain the units here. And actually, did Antioch just rebel? Okay, interesting. And here apparently we don't have enough money for mercenaries, but let's hope that auto-resolve. Okay. Of course we want to continue playing, because we still have quite a bit of the map to conquer. And then here how the battle went, I think pretty well. And finally this city is ours permanently. At least I hope so. And so I think Athens needs some improvements to public order. And actually I think we should build a decent fleet, so we will assault Ephesus pretty soon. Actually it's very lightly defended, so perhaps our strike should be quite swift here. And of course there's the situation here in the Middle East as well. But I think that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That will help a great deal. You can also post comments about tactics or strategies I should utilize, and so on. You may also ask about the game. I will provide advice as far as I am able or my knowledge is enough. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games out.